And we welcome you to beautiful Langhorst Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Elmhurst, our kind of town. This afternoon, it's Blue Jay football, the season opener, as the Blue Jays entertain the Dewhawks from Loras College. We thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com, letting us be a part of your Labor Day weekend. Should be a great matchup here this afternoon. It is absolutely ideal weather conditions. 70 degrees, a light breeze, sunny skies, and just ideal football conditions. Loras College won the toss, elected to defer, so the Blue Jays will get the ball first. These two teams started the series back in 2010. This is the eighth meeting between Elmhurst and Loras. Elmhurst is 6-1 against the Dewhawks. The lone victory for Loras came back on 2014 when the Dewhawks won 39-17 over the Blue Jays. Two teams met last year, and Elmhurst came from behind. The Blue Jays trailed by as many as 18 in the fourth quarter, came back to beat Loras 28-27. That was in Dubuque. So a huge comeback a year ago for the Blue Jays. They are a perfect 3-0 here at Langhorst Field against Loras College, so they're hoping that that can continue. Blue Jays were 5-5 a year ago. Loras 1-9. Head coach of the Blue Jays, Ron Plants, in his fourth year, and the head coach of the Dewhawks, Steve Helminiak. Gorgeous afternoon for football. Mason Quigley, a 5'9" senior, will kick it off here for the Dewhawks from left to right on your monitor. And we are about ready to get underway. This 2017 Blue Jay season is underway. And from the goal line, Gaines brings it across to the 22-23 yard line. And so that's where the Blue Jay offense will take over. Orlando Hernandez returns at quarterback for the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays to start first and 10 at their 23
up front,
yard line.
Pat Walsh, the left.
From the goal line.
And from the goal line, Gaines brings it across to the 22-23 yard line. Gaines, Jacob Mamashur, Austin McKellar are the three wideouts. Ben Holloway is the lone back for the Blue Jays. First and 10, and it's a handoff, and it's Holloway across the 25 to the 27-yard line, a pickup of 4, second down and 6. Loras defensively up front, Nathan Riney, Brian Gillis, Austin Eppel. The linebacking core, it's a good one. 3 seniors, Mark Tilkis, Bob Brophy, Brock Hansky, and Chris is the lone back for the Blue Jays. First and 10, and it's a handoff, and it's Holloway across the 25 for the Dewhawks. Second down and 6 now for Hernandez. Pass is complete. Complete to number 88, Jim Scales. Second down and 6 now for Hernandez. Pass is complete. Long yard for the Blue Jays. Blue Jay offense a year ago, averaging 26 points per game, 126 yards rushing, 180 yards passing. And our first penalty marker of the afternoon, 5-yard walk-off against the Blue Jays. False start. The referee, by the way, Jeremy Mansilla. The umpire, Ivan Palomore. The head linesman is Brett Anderson. Line judge is Corey Jones. The side judge is Leanne Sermon. Field judge Steve McLaughlin, and the back judge is Jeremy Reed. That's right, we do have a female on the officiating crew, side judge Leanne Sermon. This is her first Division III game that she has officiated. So a bit of history here this afternoon at Langhorst Field. 5-yard penalty makes it 3rd down and 7. And the Blue Jays go nowhere. Bob Brophy, the senior linebacker, made the game that she has officiated. So a bit of history here this afternoon at Langhorst Field. 5-yard penalty makes it 3rd down and 7. Mateo Casanova will punt it away. He's a 5'9" junior. And back deep for Loras is Walter Eiley. Pretty good kick. Ollie will have no part of it, and it will be down at the 38-yard line, and so that's where the Loras offense will go to work. Bob Kelly returns at quarterback. He started a couple of years ago against Elmhurst, got injured, but came back last year, played well. He was 16 of 26 passing against the Blue Jays up in Dubuque a year ago for 159 yards and 3 touchdowns. Up front, the offensive line, and friends, they're absolutely huge. Talked about them in just a second here. 1st and 10, spotted at the 39-yard line for Bob Kelly and the Dewhawks. And it's going to be on the ground. It's going to be Ike Cloward, the ball carrier, a 5'11" senior. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Check this out. Zane Elliott and the Dewhawks. And it's going to be on the ground. It's going to be Ike Cloward, the ball carrier, a 5'11" senior. Back to the line of scrimmage, 285. On the right side, Greg Sobolski, 6'8", 340. Kelly going to the air. He's got his man, Brett Belkow. Belkow has a 1st down, wrapped up at the 41-yard line of Elmhurst. Just to finish the offensive line, the right tackle is Joe Locke, 6'5", 240. Kelly going to the air. He's got his man, Brett Belkow. Belkow has a 1st down, wrapped up at the 41-yard line of Elmhurst. Dewhawks from the 41 of Elmhurst. Run again, spinning down is Ike Cloward at about the 36-yard line. Mike Dickin, the senior linebacker, number 15, made the tackle. Up front defensively for the Blue Jays, Sean Kelly, John Rubino, Romaine Richards. The linebacking core, Brandon Dominski, Tyler Hossman. You saw Mike Dickin make the tackle, and Joe Nixon, the senior linebacker. To the air, Kelly, and that one incomplete. He was looking for Brad Belkow. And that saw Mike Dickin make the tackle, and Joe Nixon, the senior linebacker. To the air, Kelly, and that one incomplete. He was looking for air. Very good coverage by Tristan, and brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go for the Dewhawks. Early on here in the 1st quarter, we are scoreless. Bob Kelly throwing, pass is complete. He's got his man. It's Belkow again. Broke 1 tackle, but got brought down right at the 30-yard line. And it's going to be a 1st down. Bob Kelly throwing, pass is complete. He's got his man. It's Belkow again. Broke 1 tackle, but got brought down right at the 30-yard. The freshman safety was there to get credit for the tackle. Motion man David Adams. They're going to hand it off to Cloward, straight up the middle, and he gets close to the 20-yard line. The ball is loose, but it was after he was down already. So it will the tackle. Motion man David Adams. They're going to hand it off to Cloward, straight up the middle, and he gets close to the 20-yard line. The ball is loose, but it was down in less than a yard to go for the Dewhawks. Cloward is the lone back. Kelly is going to hand it off to Ike. He will pick up the 1st down. Get brought down at about the 16-yard line. Cloward is the lone back. Kelly is going to hand it off to Ike. He will pick up the 1st down. Get brought down. 5-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for Loras from the Blue Jay 15-yard line. Michael flanked out to the right of Kelly. He gets the pitch, looking for some blocking, and he dives to the 10-yard line. 5-yard. Michael flanked out to the right of Kelly. He gets the pitch, looking for some blocking, and he died blocking up front on the right side of that offensive line. Greg Sobolski and Joe Locke on that right side. 2nd down 5. Again, it's Michael.
Mile again, the ball carrier.
Right side. 2nd down 5. Again, it's Michael. And Miles is in. Touchdown, 3 yards out.
Touchdown, Loras.
Opening drive for the Dewhawks. Ball spotted at the 3. Boy, and Miles is in. Touchdown, 3 yards out. Cody Mile, 10 plays. And for the Dewhawks, nothing fancy. They're just going to work behind that huge offensive line. Blue Jays are going to have to make an adjustment here. Mason Quigley is in for the extra point. Jonathan O'Brien will hold. Pretty impressive drive to start the game for the Dewhawks. And the extra point by Quigley is good to make it 7-0 in favor of Loras. Of course, these two teams, it's a non-conference game. The Elmhurst College Blue Jays out of the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin, CCIW. Ball spotted at the 3. Boy, and Miles is in. Touchdown, 3 yards out. Play at North Park against the Vikings on September 16th at 1 o'clock. All the start times for the Blue Jays this season, 1 o'clock. Kickoffs for Loras College as well, 1 o'clock kickoffs all season long.
Our scores were 25-6, 25-5, 25-10. It's like men's volleyball.
As I mentioned, Loras lost a tough one at home, 28-27 against the Blue Jays last year. I'm sure that is on the minds of the Dewhawks. Steve Helminiak is in his 3rd season as the head coach of Loras. He spent 14 years as an assistant at Loras over 2 different time frames, from 1990 to 2000 and from 2011 to 2013.
Gaines back deep for the Blue Jays. Quigley.
Gaines is the deep man for the Blue Jays. Waiting the kick of Quigley. It's going to be Gaines from his own 1-yard line. Gaines across the 10. He's a threat, but he gets brought down at about the 13-yard line. And going to work again, Orlando Hernandez and this Blue Jay offense. 1-yard line. Gaines across the 10. He's a threat, but he gets brought down at about the 13-yard line. And from Langhorst Field in Elmhurst, it's the Blue Jay season opener. And Elmhurst finds itself trailing 7-0 here, 9:17 remaining in the opening quarter. And another penalty marker, and this one, I think another false start. Well, it was Jawan Gaines guilty. 5-yard back up. Push it back to the officially on the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 9. Three wide receivers. Hernandez instead keeps it on the ground. And Holloway gets a couple. From the 9. Three wide receivers. Hernandez instead keeps, look at it there, Holloway, and coming up and making the tackle. A couple of the linebackers for the Dewhawks came up and met Holloway immediately. Picked up 1 to the 10. 2nd down 14 now for Hernandez. Handing it off to, boy, Holloway is going to get nowhere. Met by 2 or even 3. Handing it off to, boy, Holloway is going to get nowhere. Met by 2. Boy, Holloway got the ball and immediately was met by 3 Dewhawks. Back to the 5, second down, 19 yards to go. A year ago, the Blue Jays completed 38% of their third downs, 53 of 141. Face a tough 3rd and 19 situation here from their own 5. Hernandez is going to hand it off. Spinning is Holloway, and Holloway coughed it up, but boy, it looked like it was Pat Walsh, the left tackle, that picked up the 19 situation here from their own 5. Hernandez is going to hand it off. Spinning is Holloway, and Holloway coughed it up. Loses the ball right there, but Walsh was the right man on the spot. But now the Blue Jays are going to punt from their own end zone.
Casanova to kick it away for Elmhurst.
Matteo Casanova with some pressure. He's going to be punting from his own end zone. Good snap, and Casanova did a nice job of getting that punt off. It's going to bounce, and it's going to settle in right around midfield, and that's where Loras, he's going to be punting from his own end zone. Good snap, and Casanova did a nice job of getting that punt off. It's going to bounce, and it's going to settle. Other action here this afternoon. Illinois Wesleyan at home against University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Carthage is at Aurora University. Carroll is at Lakeland. Wheaton, the Thunder, is in Lisle against Benedictine University. North Central hosting Robert Morris. 1st and 10 for Loras from midfield. Cloward is the motion man. He settles in the backfield. He gets the handoff from Kelly, and again, it's straight up the middle running by Cloward. He gets to the 47. Pick up from midfield. Cloward is the motion man. He settles in the backfield. He gets the handoff from Kelly, and again, it's straight up the middle. Call it a 2-yard pickup at the 48 of the Blue Jays. So it's second down, 8 yards to go. Kelly again is going to hand off. Again, it's Cloward. And again, he'll gain about a couple. Joe Nixon, the senior linebacker, was there to make the stop. And it's going to bring up 3rd down, 5 yards to go here for Loras. They need to get to the 40-yard line. Two receivers to either side for Kelly. Looking across the middle, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of two receivers to either side for Kelly. Looking across the middle, and it's incomplete. Mason Quigley will come in to punt. Gaines is the deep man for Elmhurst. Gaines last year had a 95-yard kickoff return against Illinois Wesleyan. Boy, this is a high punt. Really nice punt. And is it going to be down at the 1? Yes. Wow. What a great punt by Mason. Return against Illinois Wesleyan. Boy, this is a high punt. Really nice punt. And is it going to be down at the 1? Yes. Wow. Blue Jays offensively, they just have not had good field position all game long so far. 6:35 left to play here in the opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of the Dewhawks. So out comes Hernandez and the Blue Jay offense. 1st and 10, actually from about the half-yard line. Hernandez under center here, trying to get some breathing room, handing it off to Holloway, and he dives forward to the 4, and actually from about the half-yard line. Hernandez under center here, trying to get some breathing room, handing it off to Holloway. Good second effort there by the 5'7" junior. Holloway, 26 carries for 79 yards last year. Again, it was kind of a running back by committee, 5 different running backs for Coach Plans, who said this year he wants to simple things up in the backfield, and Ben Holloway, he got the nod to be the featured back for the Blue Jays. He lines up behind Hernandez here. Second down, 7 yards to go. It is Holloway again, straight up the middle.
Holloway, the ball carrier.
Maybe back for the Blue Jays. He lines up behind Hernandez here. Second down, 7 yards to go. It is Holloway again. Pretty good for the Dewhawks.
On the tackle for Loras.
Hernandez last year rushed for a team-leading 461 yards. See what he decides to do here. Go into the air. Pass is complete.
Pass complete to Scales.
Scales with the reception for the team-leading 461 yards. See what he decides to do here. Go into the air. Pass is complete.
Pass complete to the Jays.
So the punting unit coming out once again for the Blue Jays. It will be Matteo Casanova.
Deep for the Dewhawks.
He's been a busy man so far in the early going for the Blue Jays. Ali is the return man. Boy, he's standing at the Blue Jay 40-yard line. Loras should get some pretty good field position here. Ali will run to his left and let the ball bounce. Take a sideways roll and be down at the 41-yard line. Boy, he's standing at the Blue Jay 40-yard line. Loras should get some pretty good field position here. Ali will run to his left and let the ball bounce. Take a sideways.
And the concession stand is
Dewhawks back to work offensively, leading by a score of 7-0. Season opener here on BlueJayTV.com.
burgers and hot dogs.
This is Elmhurst, our kind of town. And again, we thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com, along with Glenn Liljeberg and Dennis Bergen, Joe Piscitelli, Mark Kruger. Delighted to bring you all the action. Blue Jay football here on BlueJayTV.com. Dewhawks with a 7-point lead. Kelly on play action, looking to the far side and overthrown. Josh Schulte was the intended receiver, well covered on the play. It'll bring up second down and 10. Well, before the season started, the CCIW preseason rankings, the Elmhurst College team picked to finish 5th in the CCIW poll, finishing with 31 points. Going to hand the ball. Mile picked to finish 5th in the CCIW poll, finishing with 31 points. Going to hand the ball of a couple. It's going to bring up third down and call it 12 from the 42. Just under 4 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of Loras. Third down and 12. Kelly has time, dumps it underneath to Belcow, and Belcow gets tackled inside the 30. 7-0 in favor of Loras. Third down and 12. Kelly has time, dumps it underneath to Belcow, and 10 Loras, and looks like they want to speed things up here. No huddle. Kelly gets the call from the Dewhawks sideline. Out of the pistol now. Miles gets the ball carrier, and he barrels forward to the 20-yard line. Boy, about a 9-yard gain. Out of the pistol now. Miles gets the ball carrier, and he barrels forward, and he will get wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, right at the 20-yard line. No gain on that play. Hawks. Again, that hurry-up offense. Kelly again. Mile, and he will get wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. The brats and the chicken wings. I drove into the parking lot on my way into the stadium. Was offered a hot dog by one of the tailgaters. Politely declined. Did look very good, though. Third down and less than a yard here for the Dewhawks. And they will indeed have the first down. Again, Cody Mile did look very good, though. Third down and less than a yard here for the Dewhawks. And they will indeed have the first. They're in the red zone now, leading 7-0 over the Blue Jays. Ball at the 19-yard line.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
They're going to come out and measure this one here. Boy, it looked like he picked up the first, but maybe a little bit short. We'll see. Ron Plants, the head coach of the Blue Jays. He's in his 4th season as the head coach of the Blue Jays. 19th head football coach in Elmhurst College history. His first season back in 2014, the Blue Jays finished 5-5. Same record as last year. Good look at the measurement there, and it will be indeed a first down. Yes, so 1st and 10 for the Dewhawks from the 19-yard line. Blue Jays need a stop here. Boy, if they could hold the Dewhawks to maybe just 3 points on this drive, that would be a moral victory. Blue Jays, as we mentioned last year, had to come from behind an 18-point deficit in the 4th quarter. They hoping they don't have to do that same type of thing this year. Miles, the ball carrier, off of left tackle, and he'll pick up about 3. Make it a 2-yard pickup, 2nd down, and 8 yards to go from the 17. Under 2 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Kelly's going to go to the air, and that one is well overthrown. Josh Schulte was the intended receiver. Victor Ogabor, the senior corner, with very good coverage, but that ball was just overthrown. No chance for Schulte to grab that one. And so now, pretty big 3rd down situation here. See if the Blue Jays can stop. 3rd and 8 for the Dewhawks from the 17-yard line of Elmhurst. 1:39 left to play here in the opening quarter. Ike Clower lines up right behind Bob Kelly. Kelly looking to his right, dumps it underneath, passes complete to Nick Pamilia, and Pamilia will get tackled at the 10-yard line. He's going to be short of the 1st down marker, and now we'll see what the Dewhawks decide to do on 4th and short. And it looks like they are going to bring in Mason Quigley for a field goal attempt. Jonathan O'Brien will be holding here for Quigley. This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt for Jason Quigley. Again, no wind to speak of here for Quigley. 27-yard field goal attempt is up, and it is good. So the Dewhawks add 3, and Loras leads it now by a score of 10-0 over the Blue Jays. We mentioned Elmhurst finishing their pick to finish 5th in the CCIW. The two teams looking to battle it out once again, Wheaton and North Central. The Thunder earned the top spot in that preseason coaches poll with 61 points and 5 first-place votes. North Central, who won the CCIW title last year, came up with 60 points and 4 first-place votes. So it looks like it will be Wheaton and North Central, but as far as those two teams, Elmhurst will have Wheaton in week number 4, September 23rd here at Langhorse Field. And then the final game of the regular season, they will also have North Central here at Langhorse Field. That's going to be on November 11th. Conference road games for the Blue Jays at Carroll, at Carthage, and in Decatur against Milliken. And at North Park in week 3. Quigley sends Gaines into the goal line, about a yard deep. And he brings it back close to the 15-yard line. Quigley sends Gaines into the goal line, about a yard deep.
Gaines on the return.
And he brings it back there at about the 15-yard line.
Elmhurst to start first
Duhawk's
and
doing a
10
good
there,
job in
15-yard
covering up
line.
nicely. Orlando back to work now. Hernandez and the Blue Jays offense find themselves trailing by 10, under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Hernandez going to hand it off. Holloway, the ball carrier, has two arms on the ball, brings it out to the 17-yard line. Bob Broder, a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Hernandez going to hand it off. Holloway, the ball carrier, has two arms on the ball.
Giles at the bottom of the pile for Loras.
Second down and 7 here for Hernandez. Split out to the bottom of your monitor. Austin McKellar, number 1, single coverage on him. Hernandez is going to keep it. Turn it up, gets across the 30, 35, 40, midfield, and shoved out of bounds inside the 40. They're going to spot him at the 38. Single coverage on him. Hernandez is going to keep it. Turn it up, gets across the 30, 35, 40, midfield, and shoved out of bounds inside. And that is the end of the opening quarter. And we'll see if that big play can propel the Blue Jays with some momentum heading into the second quarter. They coverage on him. Hernandez is going to keep it. Turn it up, gets across the 30, 35, 40, midfield, and shoved out of bounds inside Langhorst Field. Season opener for both ball clubs. Great run by Orlando Hernandez. Last year, against Loras, Orlando was 20 of 31 passing for 155 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's also the leading rusher for the Blue Jays. Talking to Coach Ron Plants, he really likes the football IQ of Hernandez in at quarterback, and whenever you can get experience at that quarterback position at any level, you know good things are going to come. First quarter numbers, boy, Loras with 6 first downs, Elmhurst with just 1. So Hernandez now 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of Loras. Hernandez is the keeper, and he dives a little bit short, right around the 35. So Hernandez now 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of Loras. Hernandez is the keeper, and 44 yards in that first quarter. Ben Holloway with 7 carries and just 10 yards rushing. Mateo Casanova had 3 punts in that opening quarter, averaging 35 yards per punt. Cody Mile with 9 carries, 31 yards for the Duhawks in that opening quarter. Second down, 8 yards to go for Hernandez. Setting up the little screen here to Holloway. He's got room inside the 20, 15, and knocked down inside the 10 by Bob Brophy. Boy, that was a beautiful play call. Hernandez. Second down, 8 yards to go for Hernandez. Setting up the little screen here to Holloway. He's got room inside the 20, 15, and knocked down inside. In front, you see the diving tackle by Brophy, but it's going to be 1st and goal, Blue Jays from the 9. 12 seconds on the play clock. They now get out of the huddle. Hernandez, 2 wide receivers to his left. Keep it on the ground. This is Chris Ivers, the ball carrier. Hernandez, 2 wide receivers to his left. Keep it on the ground. This is Chris Ivers, the ball. About the 5-yard line, just inside the 5. Call it the 4.5, if you will. Second goal, Blue Jays. See what Hernandez and the Blue Jay coaching staff decides to call here. 2nd and goal just inside the 5 for Hernandez. He's going to hand the ball off. It's Ivers. He's not going to get there. The initial stop. 2nd and goal just inside the 5 for Hernandez. He's going to hand the ball off. It's Ivers. He's not going to get there. Goal from the 4. Actually, it's spotted at the 5. 2nd and goal just inside the 5 for Hernandez. He's going to hand the ball off. It's Ivers. He's not going to get there. Blue Jays desperately need to punch this one in. McKellar goes split out to the top of your upper left-hand part of your monitor. Hernandez looking to his right, still looking, floats it into the corner. And is it a touchdown? Did he stay in bounds? There's no indication. Right, still looking, floats it into the corner. And is it a touchdown? Did he stay in bounds? There's like, he caught the ball out of bounds there, Matt Brock. Right, still looking, floats it into the corner. And is it a touchdown? Did he stay in bounds? There's in Shepard. 4th down, and so the Blue Jays will go for the field goal. Jake Tahaney to hold. Boy, kind of a slow snap, if you will. There's a penalty flag down.
Snap infraction. Offense. Number 85. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down. 5-yard
Boy, that's a 5-yard penalty against the Blue Jays. Will push it back, so Blake Bailey will have to kick it again. Blue Jays trying to get on the board for the first time in the game and in the season. 5-yard walk-off. It'll now be a 27-yard field goal. Remember, Loras connected on a 27-yard field goal early in the first quarter. Blake Bailey, see if he can answer. Good snap. Hold is good, and the field goal attempt is good. 27-yard field goal answer. Good snap. Hold is good, and the field goal attempt is good. Good drive ending in a field goal, and the Blue Jays are on the board. Coming up at halftime, we've got a very special award ceremony. The Blue Jay backers have their annual Community Service Award, and we will announce that winner coming up immediately at halftime. 11:58 away from that. So the Blue Jays will be kicking off here to the Dewhawks from Loras. Teeing it up, Blake Bailey, 5'10" sophomore out of Morton, Illinois. And back deep, Brad Belkow and Nick Pamilia.
Blake Bailey to kick it away for the Blue Jays.
Bailey, I should say, with a pretty good kick.
On the return.
Bailey, I should say, with a pretty good kick.
On the return. For the Blue Jays,
Pretty nice return to the 36-yard line. So now it's the 6'1" junior Bob Kelly and the Loras offense going back to work. Leading by 7. Jerry McDaniel, number 19, is in the backfield there for the Dewhawks. Kelly handing it off to McDaniel. He'll get about a 3. Number 19 is in the backfield there for the Dewhawks. Kelly handing it off to McDaniel. In as well. It'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go. 1 yard pickup, 2nd down and 9 from the 37. Kelly, play action. He's going for his man Schulte, and that one incomplete. 1 yard pickup, 2nd down and 9 from the 37. Kelly, play action. He's going for his man Schulte. Kelly in that first quarter was 4 for 8 for 46 yards. Faces a 3rd down and 9 here. Going to the air, trying to dump it underneath to Schulte. Boy, he got hit pretty hard after he faces a 3rd down and 9 here. Going to the air, trying to dump it underneath to Schulte. Dewhawks will punt it away as Gaines goes back. Jawan Gaines is back at his own 23-yard line, now retreating back to his inside his 20, awaiting the punt here of Mason Quigley. We'll see if Gaines can get a good return here. Blue Jays trailing by 7. Quigley gets off a decent punt. It's going to roll, take a Dewhawks roll, and it's going to stop at the 28-yard line. So it will be 1st and. Quigley gets off a decent punt. It's going to roll, take a Dewhawks roll, and it's going to stop at the 20s. And the Dewhawks, along with Glenn Liljeberg and Dennis Bergen, Joe Piscitelli, Mark Kruger, just delighted to bring you all the action. Going to spot it actually at the 29. Little over 11 minutes to go here in this first half. Orlando Hernandez out of the gun here for the Blue Jays from their own 29-yard line. Pass is going to be picked off at the 39. That's Walter Ollie. And Ollie gets the pick, the 5-yard line. Pass is going to be picked off at the 39. That's Walter Ollie. There you see the tail end of it. Ollie gets shoved out of bounds. 9-yard line. Pass is going to be picked off at the 39. That's Walter Ollie. Could be a huge, huge play in this game. 1st and 10 Dewhawks, and again the Blue Jay defense has to come right back out. Ike Cloward is the back out there now for the Dewhawks. Number 23 lines up right behind Kelly. He gets the call and gets tackled after about a gain maybe of a yard on the play. Cloward is the back out there now for the Dewhawks. Number 23 lines up right behind Kelly. He gets the call and gets tackled after about actually a loss of a yard back at the 14. So 2nd and 11 now for the Dewhawks. And again, it's straight up the middle running. This is Ike Cloward, the senior running yard, back at the 14. So 2nd and 11 now for the Dewhawks. And again, it's straight up the middle running and 8 yards to go. Blue Hawk defense needing another stop. Perhaps holding the Dewhawks to another field goal. 3 wide receivers to the left of Kelly. Cloward going in motion off to the right. Kelly looking to his right. Pass is caught and into the end zone. Well, they're saying he's down. 3 wide receivers to the left of Kelly. Cloward going in motion off to the right. Kelly looking to his right. Pass is caught outside the goal line. They hurry up, go up the middle for the touchdown, but there is a flag, timeout. So the Blue Jays call a timeout as Loras tried to get up to the line of scrimmage and run a play quickly before. Three wide receivers to the left of Kelly. Cloward going in motion off to the right. Kelly looking to his right. Pass is caught. Boy, a great pass from Bob Kelly to Brad Belkow just outside the goal line at about the half-yard line. As Loras leading by 7, looking for its second touchdown of the afternoon. And Bob Kelly, the junior, has been impressive, but he has had a lot of time to throw. Give some credit to that huge offensive line. For Loras. Elmhurst, by the way, in case you're wondering, opening day, lifetime record, 43 wins, 50 defeats, and 4 ties. Since 2000, the Blue Jays are 14-3 in their season opening games. First and goal, this is Cloward, and he is in. Touchdown, Loras. Cloward gets the half. The Blue Jays are 14-3 in their season opening games. First and goal, this is Cloward, and he is in. Well, now they're going to go for 2, it looks like here. Well, now, okay, now Kelly's going to go down on the knee, and Mason Quigley will kick the extra point. 9:39 left to play here in this first half. Quigley's extra point is good, so that makes it 17-3 in favor of the Dewhawks. Well, we are in the month of September, September 2nd, and Elmhurst, traditionally over the years, have done very well in the month of September. As a matter of fact, over the past 15 seasons, the Blue Jays are 39-9 when playing in the month of September. They had won 28 straight games in September until a 2011 loss to the University of Chicago. But they're going to have to come from behind here to pull off a victory. Gaines is the deep man for the Blue Jays. 9:39 remaining here in this first half. Quigley tees it up from his own 35. Ron Plants this year has acquired 6 new assistant coaches on his staff. Jordan Huxtable, Eli Kosanovich, Stephen McKinney, Mike Morrison, Jack Nudo, and Jackson Smith. Gaines brings it out of the end zone and gets to the 18-yard line. And so that's where Kosanovich, Stephen McKinney, Mike Morrison, Jack Nudo, and Jackson Smith. Gaines brings it out of the end zone by a couple of touchdowns here, 17-3. 9:32 left to play. The ball is actually spotted at the 19-yard line. 9:32 left to play here in the first half. Ben Holloway just to the left of Hernandez, out of the shotgun. Hernandez looking to his left. The pass is complete. Tackled by Logan Shep. Ben Holloway just to the left of Hernandez, out of the shotgun. Hernandez looking to his left. The pass is complete. 4-yard line. So it's a 5-yard reception. Brings up second down and 5. Under 9 minutes to go here in this first half. Hernandez looking now to his right. Nobody open and decides just to throw it away. Under 9 minutes to go here in this first half. Hernandez looking now to his right. Nobody open and decides just to throw. This is the Blue Jay. 3rd down 5. Blue Jays from their own 24-yard line need to get to the 29 to pick up a first. And they're going to reset the play clock here. Now it's winding down, 25 seconds on the play clock. 3rd down and 5 here for Hernandez and the Blue Jays. Hernandez throws, dumps it underneath to Brockman, and he's going to be right at the first down marker. 3rd down and 5 here for Hernandez and the Blue Jays. Hernandez throws, dumps it underneath to Brockman, and with the reception, Brockman 6'2", 233 pounds. He had a good year last year for the Blue Jays. See if they can put together a nice little drive here. 1st and 10 Blue Jays from their own 30. Pistol here with Holloway right behind Hernandez. Hernandez is going to run the draw. He will have the first down as he gets tackled at the 48-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down. Hernandez is going to run the draw. He will have the first down as he gets tackled at the 49. Couple of long runs by Orlando here in this first half. Remember the run at the very end of the first quarter. And now he picks up a 19-yard gain here. Just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Blue Jays trailing 17-3. Duhawk showing blitz, and Hernandez does the smart thing, just throwing it. Blue Jays trailing 17-3. Duhawk showing blitz, and he was facing some heavy pressure straight up the middle and just decided to dump it down for an incomplete and live to play another down. 2nd and 10. 27-yard field goal is all the scoring for the Blue Jays so far in this season opener. Trailing 17-3. Hernandez, this is going to be a quarterback keeper. Sweep to the left, and he will get nowhere. Maybe so far in this season opener. Trailing 17-3. Hernandez, this is going to be a quarterback keeper. Sweep to the left, and he will. Actually going to bring it back to the 48, so a loss of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 11. Coming up on the 7-minute mark of this first half. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your monitor. Hernandez steps up under pressure, and he will get brought down. But there is a monitor. Hernandez steps up under pressure, and he will get brought down. Chop block. Boy, that was Pat Walsh, the left tackle. And now it'll bring up a 4th down, and the Blue Jays will have to punt. Matteo Casanova will be back in to punt. Walter Ollie, the 6-foot junior, is the deep man for the Duhawks. So this drive stops at the 43-yard line. Good long snap. Casanova gets off a really nice punt. Ollie has to retreat back to his 10. Breaks a couple of tackles, comes back inside to the inside, and gets wrapped up at the 21-yard line. Tackled on the play. Nice punt. Ollie has to retreat back to his 10. Breaks a couple of tackles, comes back inside to the inside, and remaining in this first half. Bob Kelly has done a nice job of orchestrating this offense. 6:50 remaining in this first half. We'll see if the Blue Jay defense can come up with either a stop or a takeaway here. Kelly is going to complete on a little screen pass to Mike Kuhn. Kelly is going to complete on a little screen pass to just a 1-yard pickup, make it 2nd down and 9. Hurry up offense here for Kelly and the Dewhawks. Kelly will hand the ball off, and Cloward gets to the 25. Picks 2nd down and 9. Hurry up offense here for Kelly and the Dewhawks. Kelly will hand the ball off of right tackle that time, getting to the 25. 3rd down and 6. Loras needs to get to the 31. Kelly pass is complete. They will have a 1st down and tackled at the 36-yard. 3rd down and 6. Loras needs to get to the 31. Kelly pass is complete. They will. And a 1st down. Clock continuing to move under the 6-minute mark of this first half. Kelly now gets flushed out, breaks one tackle, now throws across the middle. Boy, did he get hit. Jamari Wise with the huge, the 6-minute mark of this first half. Kelly now gets flushed out, breaks one tackle, now throws across the middle. Boy, a huge hit that time by Wise, who's only a freshman.
That was Wise on the tackle for the Blue Jays.
2nd down. Call it 3. Kelly looking to the far side. Bell cow and incomplete. Tristan Bullis was there on the coverage. Call it 3. Kelly looking to the far side. Bell cow and incomplete. Tristan Bullis. Side. Bullis did a great job with that. As we mentioned, Tristan with 6 interceptions last year. Had a pick against Loras up in Dubuque a year ago. 3rd down, 3 yards to go here for Loras. Just over 5 minutes remaining. 17-3, Dewhawks with the lead. Kelly on the clap, gets the snap. And that one is incomplete, looking to get across. 17-3, Dewhawks with the lead. Kelly on the clap, gets the snap. And that one. Saw Kelly coming up with some pressure. That's why he had to unload. And so it's Mason Quigley to come out and punt. And Jawan Gaines is back for the Blue Jays. Quigley gets off pretty good punt. Gaines will let it bounce once, and he'll get it from his own 8. Trying to get to the near side to get to the corner. There is a flag, though, and this one's going to be coming back. Gaines makes a nice return. He's still on his feet, but there is a flag as Gaines with a stiff arm gets tackled at the 5-yard line, but there's a flag back at the 7-yard. This one's going to be coming back. Gaines makes a nice return. He's still on his feet, but there is a flag as Gaines with a stiff arm gets tackled at the 5. But again, there is a flag now.
So he's going to get a 0 return on this.
Jeremy Mansilla, the referee, will explain to us what happened.
Dirty return, illegal blocking back. Number 19 of return team. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal. 1st down, Elmhurst.
So half the distance to the goal.
Penalty,
Block of the back penalty. So half the distance brings it back to the 3. Probably should be the 4-yard line because the ball was at the 8. So half the distance is at the 4-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Jays, 4:39 remaining. So that negates a great return by Jawan Gaines. Hernandez now under center, 1st and 10 Blue Jays from their own 4. And they've really had some bad field position to start their opening drives. Ben Holloway gets out to 1st and 10 Blue Jays from their own 4. And they've really had some bad field position to start their opening drive. Bob Brophy in on the stop as well. Brings up 2nd down and 5. And Hernandez having trouble getting the play call in, and it looks like the Blue Jays will burn their 2nd timeout. So they will have one more. Loras has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Again, don't forget, coming up at halftime, a very special presentation. The Blue Jay backers, they have their annual Community Service Award, and we will announce the winner of that coming up immediately at halftime. Also bring you the first half stats as well. So the Loras Dewhawks coming on the road here and playing very impressively here in this first half. They lead it by a score of 17-3 over the Blue Jays.
How long is Lovely going to last for? Well, I think they've invested enough money in him that they're going to stay with him a while.
We mentioned that Elmhurst is a perfect 3-0 against Loras here at Langhorse Field. They've outscored the Dewhawks in those 3 games 106-50. However, Loras has come out and played well today. They lead it here 17-3 with just over 4 minutes to go here in this first half. Hernandez is going to throw. He dumps it underneath. That pass is complete, and getting the first down is Casey Dobsick, the sophomore. 4 minutes to go here in this first half. Hernandez is going to throw. He dumps it underneath. That pass is complete, and getting the first down, and he will get to the 23. 1st and 10 Blue Jays, 3:48 and counting. Remember, the Blue Jays still have a timeout left. Boy, if they could finish this half and punch it in with a touchdown, go into the locker room trailing by just 7, that would be pretty good. 3 wide receivers to the bottom here. 1st and 10 Blue Jays from their own 23. Hernandez on the slant, deflected, and it's picked off by Logan Shepard. Oh my. 1st and 10 Blue Jays from their own 23. Hernandez on the slant, deflected, and it's picked the arms of Logan Shepard, and there you see the 6'3" sophomore coming up with the pick. 2nd interception of the half for the Dewhawks. Oh my. Ball is at the 24-yard line of Elmhurst. So we were thinking about a touchdown at the end of the half. Now we have to think about a stop. 1st and 10 Dewhawks from the 24, 3:20 to go. And remember, Loras has all 3 of its timeouts left. Kelly dropped it, and Cloward has to dive on it. So it'll be a loss of 3. From the 24, 3:20 to go. And remember, Loras has all 3 of its timeouts left. Kelly dropped it, and Cloward has to dive on it. Kelly looking to his left. That one is complete to Josh Schulte. And Schulte is Kelly looking to his left. That one is complete to Josh Schulte. Loras out of the Iowa Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. 3rd down. Call it a long 3 here for the Dewhawks. Kelly And that pass is complete. Caught by number 24, Mike Kuhn. Third down, call it a long 3 here for the Dewhawks. Kelly, and that pass is complete. Pattern out in the flat by Kuhn. Nice job of catching it. He had to reach out a little bit for it, but he hauls it in, and the ball is spotted at the 12. First and 10 for Kelly and the Dewhawks. On the ground, this is Cloward, and he is in, virtually untouched. 12-yard touchdown run by Ike Cloward. First and 10 for Kelly and the Dewhawks. On the ground, this is Cloward, and he is in, virtually untouched. 12, and it is now 23-3 in favor of Loras. Quigley coming in for the extra point. Boy, a costly turnover deep in their own territory for the Blue Jays. And Loras capitalizing on it. Quigley's extra point is good. That makes it 24-3. Dewhawks with 2:07 remaining in the first half. Blue Jay crowd trying to stir up the team, trying to get behind their football team here at Langhorst. First and 10 for Kelly and the Dewhawks. On the ground, this is Cloward, and he is in, virtually untouched. 12. Let's see if he can get another big return. He's the deep man back for the Blue Jays. He's back along with number 30, Chris Ivers, and number 40, Joe Nixon. Awaiting the kick of Quigley. 2:07 remaining here in this first half. You're logged on to BlueJayTV.com. Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you all the action here. Elmhurst, our kind of town. Beautiful facility, Langhorst Field. Sun has hidden behind the clouds right now. Very comfortable, 70 degrees at kickoff. And it will be gains from the 6. And again, really good coverage downfield by the kicking team of the Dewhawks, and gains 70 degrees at kickoff. And it will be gains from the 6. And again, 2:01 left to play. We'll see how Hernandez and the Blue Jay offense decide to play this one. First and 10 Blue Jays from their own 15, trailing 24-3. Hernandez working out of the pistol, fades back, throws to his left, and that one is going to be incomplete. And is working out of the pistol, fades back, throws to his left, and that one is going to be .156 remaining here in this first half. And we'll see how the Blue Jays decide to play this one. 1:56 remaining. We'll see how Loras plays it as well. We'll see if they try to burn some timeouts, see if they can get the ball back. Hernandez steps up and he is sacked from behind. The ball is loose. Oh my. And it looks like the Dewhawks have recovered. Wow, number 96, that's Brian Gillis, the nose guard, comes up with the fumble, and there's an injured Blue Jay down on the field. Some timeouts, see if they can get the ball back. Hernandez steps up and he is sacked from behind. The ball is loose, oh my. And it looks like the And Brian Gillis looks to be the guy who recovered the fumble. And there is an injured Blue Jay down on the field. Boy, oh boy, another turnover. Logan Shepard had the interception moments ago. And Loras scored a touchdown off that. Now a fumble recovery by Brian Gillis. And 1:49 left. Loras is going to have very good field position. They're going to be in the red zone of the Blue Jays. And remember, some timeouts, see if they can get the ball back. Hernandez steps up and he is sacked from behind. The ball is loose. Oh, my. And it looks like the new. Again, don't forget, coming up at halftime, very special event. The Blue Jay Backers Annual Community Service Award will announce the winner coming up here at halftime. So the Loras offense coming to play here this afternoon. Boy, we talk about turnovers being a key for Elmhurst. Last year, how about this? Loras ranked 242nd out of 247 teams across the nation in turnover margin. The Dewhawks finished the season minus 20 in turnover margin. They have turned things around in that department this afternoon. They gave away 2 turnovers per game last year. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays finished the season ranked 27th in the nation with a +9 season turnover margin. But the Blue Jays have coughed the ball up here in the first half. That has been a problem for the Blue Jays. And they're still attending. That's Jeremy Allen, number 75. He's a 6', 285-pound junior, the left guard. And you can see him getting helped off the field, putting no pressure on that left leg. So we hope that Jeremy will be okay. But he's a big part of that offensive line for the Blue Jays. And again, we wish him all the best. So we're back to action here. 1:49 to go here for Loras and the offense, leading 24-3. Making the tackle, Romaine Richards. The ball carrier is Cody Mile. And he's tackled at the 11. A gain of 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8. They can still pick up a first down all the way down to the 3. Miles, the ball carrier, straight up the middle. He'll get about 2. Joe Nixon was there to make the stop. He'll pick up a first down all the way down to the 3. Miles, the ball carrier, straight up the middle. He'll get about 2. Joe Nixon continuing to run. 1:05 to go. Third down and 8 situation here. They're letting the play clock wind down. It is now down to 15 seconds. Play clock now down to 5. And Kelly does get it off. Looking here in the end zone, incomplete. Looking for the left shoulder pass of Josh Schultz. Play clock now down to 5. And Kelly does get it off. Looking here in the end zone, will bring in Quigley in the field goal unit.
Field goal team on the field for Loras.
Again, no wind to speak of here this afternoon. Kelly with the hold. This will be about a 28-yard field goal attempt for Mason Quigley. Remember, he's already had a 27-yard field goal. And this 28-yard field goal attempt is also good. So 3 more points on the board as Loras does indeed capitalize on the fumble. However, there is a flag down. Well, it is indication. Roughing into the kicker against Elmhurst. Loras will say, forget about it. We'll take the 3 points. And that makes it 27-3 in favor of Loras. Boy, it has been a rough first half for the Blue Jays. couple of things. First off, they just haven't had good field position to start their drives. That's number one, and obviously number two, the turnovers.
They have only 20 more yards than we do.
Wow. I figured they got a minute to blow it.
In 13 more plays.
38 seconds remaining. The Blue Jays, remember, still with the one timeout remaining. Jawan Gaines, the deep man for Elmhurst.
13 yards for a touchdown. 24 yards for a touchdown. 2 yards for a field goal. And other than the opening touchdown drive with 61 yards, everything else has been 30 and under.
It's been all, if you just logged on, by the way, to BlueJayTV.com, it has been all Loras College in this first half. The Dewhawks leading 27-3. Line drive kick. Gaines will take it from his own 7-yard line across the 15. He cuts back, spins across the 25, still on his feet, and gets brought down at the 31-yard line. Tackled on the play by Riley Larson. Take it from his own 7-yard line across the 15. He cuts back, spins across the 25, still on his feet, and gets brought down at the 31. You let Hernandez maybe take a knee and just let this half run out. Try to regroup. See how the Blue Jays play it here. They've got two wide receivers, Gaines and Mamishore, up to the top of your monitor. 1st and 10 Elmhurst from its own 31-yard line. Hernandez looking to throw across the middle. He's got his big tight end, Matt Brockman. He'll have the first. 1st and 10 Elmhurst from its own 31-yard line. Hernandez looking to throw across the middle. He's got his big hurry up offense for Hernandez. 3 wide receivers now to the top. Hernandez steps back. He's got some time now, steps up and gets sacked. Sacked. 3 wide receivers now to the top. Hernandez steps back. He's got some time now, steps up and gets sacked. And the Blue Jays will not get another play off. So it has been all Dewhawks here in this first half as they lead it by a score of 27-3 over the Blue Jays of Elmhurst. Again, this is the season opener between Loras and Elmhurst. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com, and we are going to turn it over here now to the public address announcer, Mr. Bruce Hill, as he gets ready to make the presentation from the Blue Jay backers, their annual Community Service Awards. And we will get to Bruce here in just 1 second here. Just a reminder, if you just logged on, we are at halftime, and Loras leading the Blue Jays here in the season opener by a score of 27-3. This is the 8th time that these two teams have met. The series began back in 2010. The Blue Jays 6-1 with the series heading into this afternoon's game. The only win by Loras coming back in 2014. But boy, the Dewhawks have been playing well here in this first half. But add to the fact that the Blue Jays with 3 turnovers in that first half, that certainly helped. Loras capitalizing on those turnovers. And really, Orlando Hernandez and the offense really couldn't get things going, but we'll see if they can regroup here in the second half. All right, let's send it over to the PA announcer here now. Here's Bruce Hill.
As is the tradition in Elmhurst College's Community Day, the Blue Jay Backer organization will be announcing its annual Community Service Award. This year's recipient will be joined by a host of distinguished Elmhurst College and community supporters who have provided remarkable leadership and service in so many ways. Former recipients that are here today: John Quigley, Al Brinkmeyer, Bob Mills, Jeannie Urich. Joel Herder is also here, but not taking the field with us. Each of these individuals have provided countless hours of service to the community and the college. Their consistent visibility and participation in a multitude of events provides exemplary qualities of the highest regard. This year's recipient is Dan Gibbons, the founder of the annual Dan Gibbons Turkey Trot that takes place in Elmhurst and finishes outside of the college's A.C. Bueller Library. In 1984, Gibbons organized family and friends to host an intended one-time event fundraiser to benefit WGN Radio's Good Neighbor Food Drive. Despite not having sponsors, the race attracted 74 runners and raised $520 to feed the hungry. The following year, Gibbons received his first sponsorship donation from the Elmhurst Police Benevolent Athletic Association to help bring his one-time event back for a second year. What started as a one-time event is now entering its 34th year. After beginning with 74 participants and no sponsors, over 8,000 runners and walkers will participate in the Dan Gibbons Turkey Trot on Thanksgiving morning. Over 500 sponsors and 200 volunteers help make the race a success each year. To date, the event has raised nearly $3.9 million for local food banks and emergency shelters in DuPage County and other local Elmhurst organizations. Starting in October, the Dan Gibbons Turkey Trot Foundation will be opening a culinary training program known as Cafe Liberty for veterans in need of employment in Wheaton. Unfortunately, Dan recently underwent hip surgery and is unable to join us this afternoon. He will be presented his plaque during halftime of a game later in the fall when he's able to join us. But please recognize this year's recipient, Dan Gibbons, for the Blue Jay Backer Community Service Award.
So congratulations to Dan Gibbons, the recipient of this year's Annual Community Service Award. We are at halftime here at Langhorst Field. Loras leading Elmhurst by a score of 27-3. We'll take a timeout and come back with third quarter action. This is Elmhurst, our kind of town.
Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
I'm close to everything.
I need a great school at a great price.
I'm learning about myself and my role in the world.
I love a challenge.
I'm dreaming big,
but feel totally at home. I want an education with meaning.
I want to be a champion for others. I made connections for life.
I'm ready for the real world. Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
To reach my full potential.
Coming here as a Division III player, you're coming here to get your degree. We have some players that go on to be professional athletes. They've gone overseas, but that's not the norm. Our players are coming, they're finishing their playing careers here. And so whenever they're done, they're being prepared in something else other than just basketball. So for us, that's the student athlete model. You come in, you're working hard. Our players put in as much time as a Division I player does, but it's because they want to be there. I know that from motivating our players, if they're coming to practice, I know that they're working hard because it's out of them, not just because we've got a dollar sign, they have to do it, this is how they have to stay in school. They don't have to be there. They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player, and there's something that's special about that experience to me, coaching that player.
Elmhurst College is much more than buildings, courses, and credits. It's a supportive community of individuals who are committed to helping you reach your full potential. But don't take my word for it.
I visited a lot of schools, but when I came here, it was just like, I'm home.
As soon as I walked on campus, I felt like I could dive right in and get involved.
Getting involved is easy, especially in class. The average class here has just 17 students.
Every faculty and staff here just wants me to succeed.
I can go up to them and it's not just office hours. Like, I'm here from 10:30 to 11:30. It's actually like, whenever you need help, my door's open.
There's a real connection that takes place. I'm frequently asked, what do I teach? I never say music. I teach people. Music's the vehicle.
It was great to see that rather than just teaching textbook material, they're actually giving you some industry insight.
I'm a vocalist. I'm out in the clubs performing. I'm touring in Europe and performing. So they see how their life can transition into that.
A lot of my friends from other universities, they don't get to be a part of undergraduate research, professional development at such an early stage.
They're truly there to help you and to build you and to make sure that you are
amazing.
And at Elmhurst, you can be amazing all around, including on the field. Football is just one of 20 Division III sports.
We went straight to the Final Four of the nation, and that was a great way to come in and start off the season.
They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player.
Wrestling wasn't my life. I was able to go out and do a lot of different activities and get involved on campus.
We are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things.
How do you want to get involved? You'll have your choice at Elmhurst.
Our campus has over 100 clubs and organizations.
Whatever you want to do, there's something here for you to do.
Concert choir, the wind ensemble, gospel choir,
Habitat for Humanity, Global Poverty Club.
I'm an orientation student leader, SGA, Best Buddies.
Greek life at Elmhurst College is really focused on leadership and discovering who you really are.
To be part of all these different organizations and get to know all these amazing people is why I love Elmhurst.
You can also get to know the world beyond the campus. Elmhurst offers study abroad opportunities in 44 countries.
I studied abroad in Granada,
Holland, Germany, El Salvador,
Israel and Palestine,
Costa Rica,
Czech Republic.
Back at home, you'll enjoy all the advantages of our great location. Downtown Elmhurst is just a short walk from campus, and the Metro train will take you to the world-class city of Chicago in just 30 minutes. When it comes to career preparation, we've got you covered. Elmhurst will connect you with the people and the experiences you need to reach your full potential.
Elmhurst allows you to grow into the knowing, and I appreciate that there's a journey that we encourage. It's not just in one program or one department, it's threaded throughout everything that we do.
Elmhurst College pushes you to truly find who you are as a person and as a professional.
They will make sure, no matter what your interests are, what your career path is, that there's going to be a resource on campus that is going to help you find that potential and then reach it.
If I had to say why Elmhurst would be the best option for nursing education, I would say because you don't have to be big to be the best. We have all of the student services, we have all the educational services, the excellent curriculum and faculty, so we're not big, but we are the best. We have a state-of-the-art simulation center, and I have seen many sim centers across the nation, and this one is truly, truly remarkable.
The professors there encourage us to make mistakes because it is simulation, and they want us to learn from our mistakes.
Going to the sim lab that's actually in Elmhurst Memorial Hospital, it's really, really cool. The facility is amazing, it's brand new.
What the simulation center consists of are mannequins, but these aren't just mannequins like you've seen before where you do CPR. Our mannequins talk to you. Our mannequins birth babies. Our mannequins cry. If you don't do what you need to do as a nurse to our mannequins, they will die. So what we do is actually simulate experiences in real life that you will see as a nurse, and you get to make mistakes without hurting people.
At any school you can learn the skills, but I feel like at Elmhurst, the faculty and staff are encouraging us to do more.
They're always passionate about what they do, and I think that's very important. One of my professors said, you don't just want to be a good nurse, you want to be the best nurse.
We do have many partners in the community at Elmhurst College, and basically we have to. We rely on our community partners to provide that clinical education piece. So while we are there with our students, side by side, teaching them, we couldn't do it if we didn't have the clinical partners. I think our faculty are our gems here. When you come to Elmhurst for nursing education, you will receive your education from clinical specialists. You can be good as a clinician, but that doesn't make you a good educator. We need excellent educators to be able to translate that theory into practice for our nursing students.
I got on the floor, and after a few weeks working with my clinical instructor and working with my classmates and collaborating, it really has provided me with a safe space to, talk to my instructor, talk to my other peers, and really work together to build my confidence and competency as a future nurse.
I feel like they are preparing me well, and I have no doubt that in a short year and a half that I'll be ready to go out into the world and be a nurse helping patients.
Our students are working everywhere. We have students working in schools, hospitals, and in community health settings. So our students are really everywhere. We don't just teach, we change lives.
I love when people ask me, okay, what can I do now that I'm here? I'm in the honors program, being a part of Union Board,
Best Buddies, Student Government, Debate Club,
Relay for Life, the Research Keystone program,
Greek Life,
Tri Beta,
Juggling Club,
Student Ambassadors.
Once you get here, there are plenty of things going on. Serving the community is such a huge part of being an Elmhurst College student.
Center for Professional Excellence has a whole department and team ready to help you get involved with community service.
I think one of my favorite ones would have to be when I joined Golden Crew. The organization itself focuses on pediatric cancer. We had like a whole scavenger hunt for them, and I dressed up as Batman and kind of helped lead them through the entire experience. And it was kind of really like a humbling thing.
Being able to plan homecoming the last 4 years, it was really honestly one of the best experiences that I've had here. I don't think I would have been this social or this confident if I wasn't part of the 10,000 things that I get the opportunity to be a part of every day.
The connections that you make on this campus, both in your academic classes as well as the different service organizations or just activities you get involved in, give you the opportunity to really get out there. Making those connections isn't something that's superficial. It's something that you get here as an experience. It's something that is going to carry on for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're coming here to get a degree, but your 4 years in college aren't just defined by that. It's by all the things that you're involved in, and the people that you meet, and the way that you meet those people is by getting involved.
Definitely being on the cross country and track team, that has been really great. The athletic community as a whole is really inclusive and inviting, and then having that team, it's really family oriented. We usually have 20 girls on the team, and we're all brought together by our love for running, and our coach is really instrumental in that. But you get to know each other so well through practices, and you're going through all these really hard workouts together. So you're putting everything you've got out there, and you're all supporting each other. You get to know each other on a really personal level that you might not otherwise just by meeting these girls in class. So you get to know about their families and their classes and their goals for the season, and you really support each other. The Division III athlete is kind of the perfect balance of student athlete too. You still get your sport, and it's highly competitive, and we compete just as much as the D1 athletes do, but then we are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things. I know a lot of the girls on my team and myself are involved in a lot of other clubs and organizations, and I feel like at a D1 school you kind of are limited. You can only be on your sports team and then study too for your classes. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with that.
Originally, it was a breath of fresh air. I'm alone. What am I gonna do? What could I possibly do? What's ahead for me? And once I got on campus, I just excelled. I utilized all my resources coming here. It was a program called Direct Connect, which was a minority program to get students situated with the campus 2 weeks before school started. So I actually lived on campus 2 weeks before. I went to seminars, which actually helped us get acquainted to the long campus hours. The teachers that were in the seminars were actually going to be our teachers that were on campus. So we have something here called the first year seminar, which not only is supposed to promote growth within the freshmen, but also serve as a guidance or a type of direction for their first time here. And they were ecstatic. They helped me, they gravitated towards me, and I actually use them as a stepping stone even now in senior year. Growing up, I did not have that type of support. In high school, you think you can stay after class, but what will other students think? I think once I got here, it was more so what do I want? Just having a drive, a motivation to go forth and actually reach out for help or ask for help.
There's always a new experience right around the corner. I didn't plan on running here. And then, right before school started, I emailed Coach Eric Guda. I sort of have been running this summer, and I've always been a runner. What if I joined the team? And he was so excited about it, and he was just very welcoming about it. So the fact that I came into the school with 17 other people that were runners, and I had something to relate with, that was awesome. Since we're all D3 athletes, school comes first, athletes come second. But at the same time, we're playing that role 24/7, and it's really helpful that I don't just have this cross-country family. I have all the athletes here on campus that I know I can relate to in some way. There's so many opportunities here that help you push you in the right direction, and there's always someone to help you along the way and support you and be your friend, and also be your professor, and also be your coach and be your mentor. And there's just so many different roles that you can connect one-on-one with everyone.
Welcome to the cultural season at Elmhurst College. Elmhurst is a place of values and conviction. We were founded by 19th century reformers who believed in human potential, loved learning, and had standards. More than 140 years later, we still do. We still attract students and teachers who want to think for themselves and act on principles, who challenge and respect one another, who engage, serve, and celebrate our diverse, dynamic, interdependent world. A few years ago, to be clear about things, we wrote down our core values. This year, we asked some of our students what those values mean to them.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
As you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means...
And we welcome you back here to Langhorst Field. We are at halftime with the Loras Dewhawks leading the Blue Jays of Elmhurst College by a score of 27-3 here at halftime. Remember, Loras won the toss and elected to defer, so they will get the ball to start the third quarter. Looking at some first half numbers, boy, the 3 turnovers certainly hurt the Blue Jays. The 4 penalties did not help as well. Rushing the ball, Hernandez and Holloway each ran the ball 8 times. Hernandez for 52 yards, Holloway for 16 yards. Orlando was 7 of 13 throwing the ball for 73 yards, but he did have those 2 interceptions in the first half. Running the ball for Loras, Ike Cloward ran the ball 10 times for 38 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. Cody Mile, 11 carries, 33 yards. He had 1 touchdown. Bob Kelly was 10 of 19 throwing, no interceptions, 90 yards. Go over the scoring real quick for you. Cody Mile, a 3-yard touchdown run with 9:23 to go. Extra point was good to make it 7-0. Mason Quigley at the end of the first quarter with a 27-yard field goal to make it 10-0. Then 11:58 to go in the second quarter. Blake Bailey with a 27-yard field goal to make it 10-3. But then Loras coming back, 9:39 to go. Ike Cloward, a 1-yard touchdown run. 2:07 left in the second quarter. Ike Cloward, a 12-yard touchdown run. And then at the end of the half, Mason Quigley, a 28-yard field goal for the Dewhawks to make it 27-3. So we are about ready to get this third quarter underway. We'll see if the Blue Jays can turn things around. Remember last year they had an 18-point deficit in the fourth quarter, and they came back to win in Dubuque. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Ollie picks it up from his own 15-yard line, and he will spin and still on his feet now finally get wrapped up at the 29-yard line. The second half. Ollie picks it up from his own 15-yard line, and he will spin and still on his feet now. Labor Day weekend. Just a gorgeous Saturday afternoon here at Elmhurst College. Season opener between the Blue Jays and the Dewhawks of Loras College. Loras last year averaged 23 points per game. They've already got 27 in the first half of this season opener. Bob Kelly has played well in that first half. He will hand the ball off. This one to Cody. in the first half of this season opener. Bob Kelly has played well in that first half. He will hand the ball, make it a 2nd down and 9 situation here. Joe Nixon was there to make the tackle. Kelly will throw, a little bit of a slant pattern there. Tristan Bolus with good coverage, but the catch. Joe Nixon was there to make the tackle. Kelly will throw, a little bit of a slant pattern there. Tristan end of it there. Bolus with excellent coverage. 3rd down and about a yard, straight up the middle, and the Dewhawks behind that huge offensive line. A little bit of a slant pattern there. Tristan end of it there. Bolus with excellent coverage. 3rd down and about a yard, straight up the middle, and 1st down right at the 40-yard line. Dewhawks finishing just 1-9 last year, but boy, this is a much. Dewhawks finishing just 1-9 last year, but boy, that is Ike's 11th carry of the game. So between Cloward and Mile, they have been the workhorses running the ball. Kelly going deep on the far side, and the diving effort by Schulte is incomplete. So between Cloward and Mile, they have Schulte, a nice diving effort, but a bit overthrown. 3rd down now and 8 for the Dewhawks from their own 43. Need to get to midfield to pick up the 1st down. Kelly steps up, now throws, and it's incomplete. Schulte looking for a flag, and he's going to get it. And Tristan Bull. Need to get to midfield to pick up the 1st down. Kelly steps up, now throws, and it's incomplete. Penalty. Well, that interference call against the Blue Jays. 5th penalty of the game against the Blue Jays. And that will result in a 1st down for Loras. They're going to spot the ball at the Blue Jay 47. Just underway here in the 3rd quarter. If you've just logged on, it's been all Loras here. They lead it 27-3. Kelly with time. He's got his man. Looks like that's Schulte again. Yep. 27-3. Kelly with time. He's got his man. 3rd quarter. Elmhurst will have Olivet here at Langhorst Field in 1 week. Cloward. Misdirection there, and he's got a 1st down and more in the red zone. 15-10, he's looking to score. Touchdown. 42 yards for Ike Cloward, his 3rd touchdown of the game in 1 week. Cloward, misdirection there, and he's got a 1st down and more in the red zone. 15-10, he's looking to score. Touchdown. So that makes it 33-3. And Mason Quigley will come in here for the extra point. Kelly to hold. Chance to make it 34-3 if he can convert on this extra point attempt. So Loras picking up where they left off in the first half. And again, it's that huge offensive line creating the holes, as Quigley's extra point is indeed good to make it 34-3. Boy, they have just dominated the line of scrimmage. And they have taken it to the Blue Jays, to say the least here, 34-3. In 1 week. Cloward, misdirection there, and he's got a 1st down and more in the red zone. 15-10, he's looking to score. Touchdown. This Loras offense, a year ago, ranked 73rd in the nation in total offense. They averaged 417 yards per game. 267 yards passing and 148 yards running. But they gave up a lot of points defensively a year ago. They gave up 444 yards defensively, but boy, the defense has come to play as well. We talked about the big offensive line of Loras, but the Duhawks defense has showed up this afternoon as well, as the Blue Jays really could have not gotten any good sustained drives. The only scoring a Bailey 27-yard field goal for the Blue Jays. This is Gaines from his own 5. Tries to get out here to the near side. Now he cuts it inside, picks up a good block, 25-30. Cuts back inside and gets brought down from behind at the 44-yard line. Own 5. Tries to get out here to the near side. Now he cuts it inside, picks up a good block, 25-30. Cuts back inside and gets brought down from behind. Good field position for the Blue Jays. Hernandez and company back out on the field. First and 10, Blue Jays. They spot it at their own 44-yard line. Duhawks showing blitz, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Hernandez straight up the middle. He'll pick up about 9. Spot it at their own 44-yard line. Duhawks showing blitz, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Hernandez straight up the middle. Actually less than that, just about inches. So opportunity here. Blue Jays with a number of things they can do here. 2nd and inches. See how they play it here. Hernandez is going to throw. He's going to dump it underneath to his tight end, Matt Brockman. And Brockman will have a first down. It's going to be Hernandez is going to throw. He's going to dump it underneath to his tight end, Matt Brockman. Ball is spotted at the 43 of Loras. First and 10 Blue Jays here. 11:36 remaining here in the third quarter. Mark Kruger along with Joe Piscitelli, Dennis Bergen, and our executive producer Glenn Liljeberg. Thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. This is the season opener for the Blue Jays. Hernandez pump fakes, throws, and it's a little bit short. Oh, there's a flag. The pass was Thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. This is the season opener for the Blue Jays. Hernandez pump fakes, throws, and it's a little bit. There you take a look. The catch. Oh my, this is against the Blue Jays. Oh boy, unsportsmanlike conduct against Matt Brockman, number 89. That is a personal foul and a 15-yarder. Another penalty hurting the Blue Jays. Again, Loras has yet to commit a penalty this afternoon. Boy, they're going to bring this one all the way back to the Blue Jay 42. Bit of frustration perhaps setting in on the tight end. It's going to be 2nd down and about 25 yards to go. They need to get to the 33 of Loras to pick up a first. Play clock down to 10. And with the play clock at 3, Hernandez does get it off. Has a lot of time now, gets flushed out here, the near side throws, and no one home there. It's going to be. And with the play clock at 3, Hernandez does get it off. Has a lot of time now, gets flushed out here, the near side throws, and Duhawks, nobody open. So Hernandez just had to throw it out of bounds. Defense hanging deep on 3rd down and long here for Hernandez and the Blue Jays. Hernandez has time, steps up, throws, and that one incomplete. Hernandez has time, steps up, throws, and that one out of Springfield, Illinois. Diving effort, but comes up short, and so it's going to be 4th down, and the Blue Jays are going to punt. Walter Ali is back. Ali back from his 18. Breaks a couple of tackles, gets across the 30, and tackled from behind at about Ali back from his 18. Breaks a couple of tackles, gets across the 30, and saw there a good return by Ali, and so 1st and 10 Loras from its own 36-yard line. Just under 11 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. You see the clock, lower left-hand part of your monitor. They'll keep it on the ground. Mile is the ball carrier. He'll get tackled by Rome. Just under 11 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. You see the clock, lower left-hand part of your monitor. They'll keep it on the ground. Kelly working out of the gun. Now he steps up under center. Now he'll go back out of the gun. Hand the ball off, and across midfield and into Elmhurst territory is number 29. That's Cody Mile, and he'll have a first. Hand the ball off, and across midfield and into Elmhurst territory is number 29. Behind by Jamari Wise. 1st and 10, Dewhawks from the 39. Dewhawks will have, this one is deep and underthrown, and that one nearly picked off. Tristan Bolus, 39. Dewhawks will have, this one is deep and underthrown, and that one nearly picked off. Boy, oh boy, another costly penalty. This is pass interference against Tristan. Boy, there was some, I thought, incidental contact there. I didn't see too much. The ball was underthrown. But they're going to hit Tristan with the pass interference. Another penalty against Elmhurst. It'll be 1st down for Loras. 7th penalty of the game for Elmhurst, resulting in 60 yards of penalties. Miles will get the call. He's inside the 20, 15, cuts it up and shoved out of bounds inside the 10 by Victor Ogabor. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Dewhawks. Penalties. Miles will get the call. He's inside the 20, 15, cuts it up and shoved out of bounds inside the 10 by Victor Ogabor. Number 19, Jamari Wise. 1st and goal, Dewhawks from the 6. Miles straight up the middle. Still going, and forward progress will take him to about the 5. 119, Jamari Wise. 1st and goal, Dewhawks from the 6. Miles straight up the middle. Still going, and they'll be back home in Dubuque to take on the Spartans. Coming up on the 9-minute mark here of this 3rd quarter. 2nd goal from the 5. Kelly's going to pass, and that one is complete. A little screen to Mike Kuhn, and he is in the end zone. 5-yard touchdown pass, but there is a penalty flag. 2nd goal from the 5. Kelly's going to pass, and that one is complete. A little screen to Mike Kuhn, and he is in the end zone. We'll get the call from Jeremy Mansilla here, the referee. As the officials congregating and around the 10-yard line.
There is no foul play. The ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage. Call the play is a touchdown.
Second goal from the 5. Kelly's going to pass, and that one is complete. A little screen to Mike Kuhn, and he is in the end zone in a touchdown for Mike Kuhn, a 5-yard touchdown catch. Oh my, to make it 40-3. And in for the extra point is Mason Quigley. Boy, Loras has been dominating both sides of the football here this afternoon. The extra point is good by Quigley. One halftime stat, though, friends, if you've just tuned in and you don't see the score, first half total yardage, Loras 158, Elmhurst 145. So the total yardage in the first half almost the same, but obviously the turnovers and the penalties have hurt the Blue Jays in the first half. The score now 41-3 in favor of Loras. Well, Loras, they were picked to finish 8th in the Iowa Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, according to the league's preseason coaches poll. Duhawks with 17 points for 8th, finishing 5 points in front of 9th place finisher Buena Vista. Just a note here on that Loras offensive line. The average height and weight for those guys, 6'4", 290 pounds. That's the average weight of each guy on the offensive line for the Duhawks. And they have been impressive this afternoon. Gaines has been a busy return man, drops it at the 2, now picks it up, across the 10, 15, 20, and still on his feet as he crosses the 25 to the 27. Gaines has been a busy return man, drops it at the 2, now picks it up, across the 10, 15, 20, and still on his feet at 5 remaining here in this third quarter. It's been all Duhawks here this afternoon. 28-yard field goal by, I should say a 27-yard field goal by Blake Bailey in the first half is all the scoring for the Blue Jays so far in this game. Hernandez 1st and 10 from the 27. He's going to have to throw. The pass is complete right at the first down marker. It's going to be tackled at the 3rd. Hernandez 1st and 10 from the 27. He's going to have to throw. The pass is complete right at the first down marker. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Blue Jays from their own 38. Hassan Austin, number 21, with the catch. 1st and 10, just over 8 minutes to play here in the third. Hernandez now looking, has got time across the middle. That one is incomplete. Logan Shepard was the intended receiver. 1st and 10, just over 8 minutes to play here in the third. Hernandez now looking, has got time across the middle. That one is incomplete. Logan Shepard, intended receiver, Jawan number 83, the 5'8" sophomore, who had some big plays last year as a freshman. And they're going to look for big things out of Jawan this year. But the incomplete pass makes it 2nd down and 10 for Hernandez and the Jays. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your monitor. Hernandez instead looks the other way, now dumps it underneath. Holloway with the reception. He dives forward close to the first down mark. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your monitor. Hernandez instead looks the other way, now dumps it underneath. Holloway with the reception. He dives. Gaines and McKellar step out of this play. On 3rd down and 1. Hassan Austin split out to the top of your monitor. Hernandez out of the gun here. 3rd and a yard. Dump a screen underneath here to Holloway, trying to break a tackle, and he cannot. It was Chris Miller, the inside. 3rd and a yard. Dump a screen underneath here to Holloway, trying to break a tackle, and he cannot. So 5. So now 4th down and 6. And Casanova is going to come in to punt. Again, a nice defensive play by these Dewhawks on 3rd down and less than a yard. A 5-yard loss on the play. Walter Ali is the back deep man here for the Dewhawks. Oh, and they hike it to the up man, and that's number 13, Massimore, and they're not going to get it. So the Blue Jays try the fake on with the punting unit, but the Dewhawks covered it up nicely. And Loras is going to get great field position here at the Blue Jay 41-yard line. Jacob Mamisher got the direct snap, and he was covered up almost immediately. So special teams also playing well for the Dewhawks. (41-3) in favor of the visiting Dewhawks here. 6:28 remaining here in the 3rd. Play clock down to 4, and they hand it off. Straight up the middle running on forward progress. They're going to give them about, well, to the 40 remaining here in the 3rd. Play clock down to 4, and they hand it off. Straight up the middle running on forward progress. They're going to give. Saw nothing fancy there. That's how they scored a lot of their points there in the first half. 2nd and 9 from the Blue Jay 40-yard line. Kelly back, now steps up. He's going to keep it. No one open, and he's brought down from behind by number 50-yard line. Kelly back, now steps up. He's going to keep it. No one open, and he's brought 6. Bob Kelly, a 6'1" junior. He was injured a couple of years ago, but got healthy, played well last year, and he has played well. He showed a lot of poise, and he has managed this Dewhawks offense beautifully. He faces 3rd down and 6. That little screen to Schulte. Oh, but he will get tripped up. Beautiful tackle by Mike Dicken, the inside linebacker. Going to bring up a 4th down. And it looks like the Dewhawks are going to punt it away here. Quigley will undoubtedly look to put this into the corner and not give Gaines an opportunity to run it back. Yeah, he's already set up looking for the right corner. Good snap. Quigley will look to punt it in that corner, and it will go into the end zone. So it'll be a touchback. They'll bring the ball out, and the Blue Jays 1st and 10 with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Blue Jays, boy, just looking to put something together, man. Get a string of a couple of first downs, put together a nice drive, and maybe get the first touchdown of the season. Really can't look at the score at this point. Trailing 41-3 with 4:18 to go. You just need to execute your plays. One play at a time for Hernandez and the Blue Jays. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Out of the pistol, Holloway right behind Hernandez. And Hernandez steps back. Holloway comes up to block. Hernandez firing deep, And there's a bit of contact there. There is a flag. Interception by Riley Larson. But I think Larson, Hernandez steps back. Holloway comes up to block. Hernandez firing deep. And there's a bit of contact there. There is a flag. Interception by Riley Larson. See what the officials say. First penalty of the game against Loras, a defensive pass interference call coming at the 4:08 mark of the third quarter, and that will give the Blue Jays a first down. So they decide to go deep, and they cash in on the penalty for Loras. They spot the ball at the 35-yard line. Gaines and McKellar are split up to the top of your screen. First and 10 for Hernandez. Has time. Out pattern is overthrown. Pass intended for. First and 10 for Hernandez. Has time. Out pattern. Ron Plants, as we mentioned, his fourth season as the head coach of the Blue Jays. He went to Carthage College and played football for Carthage. So it's always a lot of fun when the Blue Jays take on the Redmen, and they'll be up in Kenosha on October 14th. Take on the Redmen. That one a little bit overthrown on the far side as well. Jays take on the Redmen, and they'll be up in Kenosha on October 14th. Take on the Redmen. That one a little bit over 10. So the Blue Jays trying to go downfield a little bit more here. Face a third down and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Hernandez barking out the play. Two wide receivers on either side. Hernandez gets it off, and that slant pattern is complete to number 21, Hassan Austin. Hernandez barking out the play. Two wide receivers on either side. Hernandez gets it off, and that slant pattern is complete to the yard, and the Blue Jays will go for it. Good pass, good route by Austin. Comes up with it. Picked up 9. Blue Jays need to get right to the 45-yard line. 4th and a yard. Same formation, two wide receivers on either side. Hernandez will throw it on 4th and 1. He'll step up. Now he'll run, and he'll get the first down. Good job. Same formation, two wide receivers on either side. Hernandez will throw it on 4th and 1. He'll step up. Now he'll run, and he'll get the first down. First and 10 Blue Jays here with 2:52 remaining here in the third. Ron Platts, he spent 5 seasons as a defensive line coach and special teams coordinator at Minnesota State University, Mankato. Hernandez keeps it. Spent 5 seasons as a defensive line coach and special teams coordinator at Minnesota State University, Mankato. Hernandez. Jeremy Allen, the starting left guard for the Blue Jays, went down with an injury. And now we're seeing an injured Duhawk down on the field at the 44. It could be number 91, Austin Eppel. And we're not sure of the number just yet. We'll get a chance to view it here momentarily. And looks like he's coming up, which is good news. And it is number 91, Austin Eppel. Not putting much weight on that leg. Boy, hope it's not a knee injury. Austin Epple, a 6'1" senior, defensive end for the Dewhawks. 2:19 remaining here in the third. Boy, oh boy, this Loras team, they have some huge bodies on both sides of the line. And Austin, one of those big bodies, 6'1", 250. So we hope that Austin will be okay. Blue Jays now facing a 2nd and 11. They need to get to the 44 of Loras. Now trips to the top. Hernandez drops. Nobody home. Now he's going to get flushed out. Now he throws. He was under some heavy pressure by Brock Hatsky, number 30. Hernandez drops. Nobody home. Now he's going to get flushed out. Now he throws. He was under some heavy pressure by
Holding, defense, number 20, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that's Brendan Algrim with the penalty, 2nd penalty of the game for Loras. That will result in a Hernandez drops. Nobody home. Now he's going to get flushed out. Now he throws. He was under some heavy pressure by Lees here on this drive, and the Blue Jays with a fresh set of downs from the Loras 45-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Blue Jays looking for their first touchdown of the game and the season. Hernandez again out of the gun. Pass is complete. And they're going to be about a 9-yard pickup. Hernandez again out of the gun. Pass is complete. And 9-yard reception by Jones. 2nd down and 1. Austin to the bottom of your screen. Hernandez is going to keep it, and he'll pick up the first down. Nobody was open downfield, so he decides to run. Hernandez is going to keep it, and he'll pick up the first down. Nobody was under a minute remaining. Slight breeze now at the Blue Jays' back. First down and 10 from the 34. Hernandez, again, this time with a lot of time. Now the pocket collapses, breaks one tackle, throws it off his back foot, and that one incomplete. Hernandez, again, this time with a lot of time. Now the pocket collapses, breaks one tackle, throws it off his back foot, and that one incomplete. Hernandez, again, this time with a lot of time. Now the pocket collapses, breaks one tackle, throws it off his back foot, and that one incomplete. So another 15-yard penalty against Loras. Third touchdown, third penalty, I should say, of the game. Third penalty of the quarter for Loras. They didn't commit a penalty in the entire first half. So now the ball is in the red zone at the 19. See if the Blue Jays can capitalize on it here. 28 seconds remaining to go in the quarter. 1st and 10. Orlando Hernandez has gone the distance here for the Blue Jays. He returns at quarterback, a 5'10 junior. Holloway, the lone back. Hernandez to the air. Pass. 10 junior. Holloway, the lone back. Hernandez to the air. Pass. From the 19-yard line, 22 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Three wide receivers to the left of Hernandez. He's looking that way, going across the middle and getting hit hard was Gaines, and it's going to be incomplete. Three wide receivers to the left of Hernandez. He's looking that way, going across the middle and getting hit hard. It was Walter Ali with the hit. Brings up third down and 10 from the 19. Need to get just inside the 10 to the 9 to pick up the first down. Austin is split out way up to the top of your screen. On third and 10, Hernandez going across the middle. He's got Matt Brockman. Brockman with the catch. On third and 10, Hernandez going across the middle. He's got Matt Brockman. Come to the end. We will go down to the other end of the field, and the Blue Jays are going to be facing a 4th down and 5 situation from the 14-yard line. So we'll see how Ron Plans and his coaching staff decide to play it here on 4th and 5 from the 14-yard line. Gorgeous afternoon here at Elmhurst Field for the season opener between Elmhurst College and Loras College. 15 minutes remaining in this one. We mentioned Elmhurst will open up CCIW play at North Park on September 16th. Loras will open up IIAC conference play September 16th as well at Dubuque. Elmhurst will have Olivet next week in a non-conference game. Loras will have Aurora University next week in a non-conference game. Well, third quarter numbers. Boy, oh boy, both teams have picked it up quite a bit. But Elmhurst just 1 of 10 on third down conversions in this game. And Loras 6 of 6 in the red zone for the contest. Through 3 quarters, I should say. All right, so they're going to go for it here, the Blue Jays are. 4th and 5 from the 14, and Loras does not like what they are defensively have set up for, so they decide to call a timeout before the quarter can get started. So they burn a timeout. They'll have 2 left. Give us an opportunity to go over some numbers here for you. Orlando Hernandez has rushed the ball 12 times for 64 yards. He's 14 of 28, 50% for 115 yards, 2 interceptions. Bob Kelly throwing the ball today, 14 of 24 for 108 yards and 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Ike Cloward has run 14 times for 85 yards. Cody Mile has run the ball 15 times for 77 yards. So between Cloward and Mile, they have done a good job of running the ball. Logan Shepard, Bob Brophy, each with 8 tackles defensively. Romaine Richards has 9 tackles for the Blue Jays. Joe Nixon and Mike Dicken each with 7 tackles in the game for the Blue Jays. All right, after the Loras timeout, the Blue Jays facing a 4th down and 5 from the 14. Need to get to the 9 to pick up the first. Hernandez throws and fires incomplete. And 4th down and 5 from the 14. Need to get to the 9 to pick up the first. Hernandez throws and fires incomplete. We'll get the ball back here. Opening seconds of the fourth quarter. We thank you so much for letting us be a part of your Labor Day weekend. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com. It's been all Loras here this afternoon. So the Blue Jays, they remember last year. Now they had an 18-point deficit, came back to win, but now with a 38-point deficit to start the fourth quarter, not so sure. And the way that Loras will deficit came back to win, but now with a 38-point deficit to start the fourth quarter, not so sure. Daniel, by the way, picked up a couple yards, number 19 on that last run. 3 yards on the pickup to make it 2nd down and 7. He gets the ball here again and will be tackled at the 18-yard line by that last run. 3 yards on the pickup to make it 2nd down and 7. He gets the ball here again and will be tackled. Of course, the Dewhawks will run as much of the play clock down as possible here. 1 minute gone by here in this fourth quarter. Kelly on the clap, gets the ball. Passed here to the near side, pass complete to Brad Belkow. And Belkow will get tackled at the 26. It'll be an 8-yard pickup. They needed 6, so they'll get the first down at the 26. Tristan Bolus, number 31, was there to make the tackle for the Blue Jays. And there is an injured Dewhawk down on the field back at about the 7. Third injured player. Get an idea of the number once he comes up, and now he is up. And boy, oh, that's the quarterback, Bob Kelly. And he's going to have to come out of the game for at least a play, but he's jogging, and it looks like his right arm is hanging. Boy, that would be a tough injury. Remember a couple years ago he got injured. But boy, Bob Kelly has had an outstanding game here this afternoon. And he comes out at least for one play. Noah Sigworth is the backup quarterback. He's a freshman from Dubuque, Iowa. And he comes in to replace an injured Bob Kelly. We'll see how long Kelly sits down. But perhaps with this big lead as they hand the ball off to Cody, Iowa. And he comes in to replace an injured Bob Kelly. We'll see how long Kelly sits down. But perhaps with this big lead as they Bob Kelly, he wants to get back into the game, but I'm not sure he will. Going to keep the clock running here. Again, the backup quarterback, Noah Sigworth, into the game, and he's going to hand the ball off. And the ball carrier will be Cody Mile, brought down at the 31. Clock running here. Again, the backup quarterback, Noah Sigworth, into the game, and he's going to hand the ball off. And the ball carrier will be Cody Mile, brought down at the... And that might just be the end of the afternoon for quarterback Bob Kelly. Sigworth pass, and that one incomplete. Josh Schulte was the intended receiver. Just be the end of the afternoon for quarterback. And so now Loras will punt. Jawan Gaines is back for the Blue Jays. He'll await this Mason. Just be the end of the afternoon for quarterback Bob Kelly. Sigworth pass, and that one incomplete. Josh Schulte. They'll try to finish this one up and regroup, and they'll take on Olivet 1 week from today here at Langhorse Field. Quigley with a high, short punt. Gaines, oh, it's going to take a Loras roll, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the week from today here at Langhorse Field. Quigley with a high, short punt. Gaines, oh, it's going to take a Loras roll. About a 20-yard roll after the ball hit the turf. And so out comes Hernandez again. 1st and 10 Blue Jays from their own 20-yard line. .12:31 left to play in this one. And we've got a new quarterback in there for the Blue Jays. That's number 10, Jake Tahane. 12:31 left to play in this one. And we've got a new quarterback. See the final look there at Jake as he takes it up to the 22-yard line, a 2-yard pickup. Ben Holloway still in the backfield there, but Jake Tahane is the backup quarterback, and he is in there now. Tahane out of the gun, throws, and that pass intended for Hassan Austin is incomplete. In the backfield there, but Jake Tahane is the backup quarterback, and he is in there now. Tahane out of the gun, throws, and that brings up 3rd down and 8. So an opportunity here for Jake Tahane to get some valuable experience as he is in there at quarterback for Orlando Hernandez. Tahane steps up, and Jake will get tackled from behind back to the line of scrimmage. Orlando Hernandez. Tahane steps up, and Jake will get tackled from behind. Matteo Casanova back out onto the field to punt it away for the Blue Jays. And back for the Dewhawks is Walter Ali. Casanova punts it from his own 10-yard line. Ali with a fair catch, and it's fair caught at the 44-yard line, and so that's where the Dewhawks will. Casanova punts it from his own 10-yard line. Ali with a fair catch, and it's fair caught at the 44-yard line, and so that's where. Special thanks I'd like to give out to the Director of Sports Information here at Elmhurst College, Mr. Kevin Jude, providing us with the game notes and all the stats that we needed for the ball game here this afternoon. Kevin also cooked up a mean sloppy Joe that the members of the media were able to enjoy at halftime. So Kevin wearing a couple of here this afternoon. Kevin also cooked up a mean sloppy Joe that the members of the media were able. Down and 10, no gain on that last play for the Dewhawks. And so each team with their backup quarterback out there. That pass complete to a bell cow. No gain on that last play for the Dewhawks. And so each team with their backup quarterback out there. That pass, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Ball is at the 48. Play clock down to 14, so they have plenty of time to get the play off. A little bit of a pump fake there by Sigworth, and that pass is caught on the far side. Great catch by John to get the play off. A little bit of a pump fake there by Sigworth, and that pass is caught on the far side. Pretty good throw that time, too, by Sigworth. 1st and 10 for Loras. Inside the 30-yard line of Elmhurst. On the ground, Ike Cloward, the ball carrier. And 2 by Sigworth. 1st and 10 for Loras. Inside the 30-yard line of Elmhurst. On the ground, Ike Cloward, the ball carrier. Second down. Sigworth's going to hand it off. Cloward straight up the middle running. Second down. Sigworth's going to hand it off. Cloward straight up the middle running. Coming in the tail end of that was number 45, Brandon Clay, number 45. Third down, 9 yards to go here for the Dewhawks. And last year, Loras averaging just 23 points per game, but boy, they've put up 41 so far here today. Schulte with a little screen, spins around a couple of tackles. He gets brought down at the 25. 3 points per game, but boy, they've put up 41 so far here today. Schulte with a little screen, spins around a couple of tackles. Mason Quigley coming in. He's going to attempt a field goal. Jonathan O'Brien, number 12, is going to hold. This is going to be about a 41-yard field goal attempt. Slight breeze with the Dewhawks at this time. 41-yard field goal attempt by Quigley. Plenty of distance, but it's no good. Pushed it off to the left. So the score remains 41-3. Elmhurst will get the ball now with 8:10 left to play in this one. Special thanks to Paul Crone, the athletic director here at Elmhurst College as well. And we thank you so much for logging on this afternoon to BlueJayTV.com. Tough afternoon for the Blue Jays. In their season opener against Loras College, it's been all Dewhawks today. Tahaney still in at quarterback. Jake's going to keep it and get tackled at the 20. Tahaney still in at quarterback. Jake's going to keep it and get. Fisher made the stop defensively for Loras. Second down, 4 yards to go on that 6-yard pickup by Tahaney. 3 wide receivers to the bottom. Tahaney looking that way. Throws across the middle, and boy, that one nearly picked off. Intended for Case. Tahaney looking that way. Throws across the middle, and boy, that one nearly picked off. Coverage there by number 54. That's Kevin Carlson. He almost had a pick. Third down and 4 yards to go here. Tahaney, he has time again going across the middle. Matt Brockman was the intended receiver. Tahaney, he has time again going across the middle. Matt Brockman. Looks like he's going to be okay, however. And now on fourth down, punting unit coming out. It's going to be Matteo Casanova to punt it away. Walter Ali is back deep for Loras. Matteo Casanova has been a busy man today. Jawan Gaines comes in now, setting up on this punt return unit. And, well, he came in a little too late, and that forces Elmhurst to call a timeout. So the Blue Jays call a timeout. Elmhurst will have one left. I'd like to thank our crew, our executive producer Glenn Liljeberg, along with Dennis Bergen and Joe Piscatelli. Mark Kruger, delighted that you could have logged on here today to BlueJayTV.com. Blue Jays going to come up a little bit short here in their season opener 2017. Going to try to regroup and come back and take on a very good Olivet team 1 week from today. Rest of the action, by the way, in CCIW teams. North Central hosting Robert Morris. Wheaton is at Benedictine. Pretty good kick. Fair caught by Ollie at the 33. Carthage is at Aurora University using Robert Morris. Wheaton is at Benedictine. Pretty good kick. Fair caught by Ollie at the 33. Cartland. So out comes the Loras offense, and backup quarterback number 17 for Loras, Nora Sigworth, replacing Bob Kelly. Apparently got a little bit nicked up, and the Dewhawks don't want him back in there. They're going to hand the ball off here to number 19, Jerry McDaniel. Apparently got a little bit nicked up, and the Dewhawks don't want him back in there. They're going to hand the ball off here to number 19-7. 6:48 remaining in this one. Sigworth, and we're going to have a whistle and a penalty.
False start. Offense, number 19. Still second down.
False start. Jerry McDaniel, the guilty party. And that will be a 5-yard infraction. Will put the Dewhawks back to their own 32-yard line. Second down and 11 now coming for the Dewhawks after the 5-yard penalty. Sigworth, and before this one can develop, it was a handoff to Jerry McDaniel.
Dead ball, delay game. Offense, number 17. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So the delay of game, they do have the play clock right in front of them. So Sigworth couldn't get the play off in time. The delay of game penalty, another 5-yard penalty against Loras. Second and 16. They hand it off to McDaniel. He dances around to the 31, picks up 5 of those yards back against Loras. Second and 16. They hand it off to McDaniel. He dances around to the 31, picks up, run the ball, third down and a couple. Continue to run this clock and get out of Elmhurst with a victory and hopefully no more injuries. Bob Kelly, the quarterback, went out of the game with an apparent injury, and boy, we hope for Loras' sake that he's okay. Here's McDaniel, the ball carrier. He'll be close to a first down. I said 3rd and 3. Kelly, the quarterback, went out of the game with an apparent injury, and boy, we hope for Loras' sake that he's okay. Here's McDaniel, the ball carrier. He'll have run by McDaniel, the 5'8" sophomore out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Went to Brown Deer High School. 4th down and less than a yard. Mason Quigley trots out, and he'll punt it away.
Punting unit on the field for Loras. Gaines back deep to the Blue Jays.
Under 5 minutes to go. Gaines retreats. Fair catch as it drops it. It goes into the end zone. He gets tackled into the end zone. And that should be a safety, I believe. Gaines retreats. Fair catch as it drops it. It goes into the end zone. He gets tackled into the end zone.
It's a touchback. Oh, touchback. Just go ahead, touchback. All that means it's a touchback.
So the bottom line, it's a touchback. They'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. I don't think I've ever seen that play where the man, he called for the fair catch. He dropped it, and the ball went back into the end zone. Gaines got tackled into the end zone, and the call is a touchback. injured. I wonder if is that Gaines who's injured down there? Jawan Gaines may be the injured Blue Jay down into the end zone to your right. Gaines retreats. Fair catches it, drops it. It goes into the end zone. He gets tackled into the end zone. But he was out of the end zone. Okay, so there you go. He was tackled out of the end zone. And so it's going to be a touchback. So that's the call. Good call by the officials. They were right on that one. Blue Jays will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. There's 4 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in this game. Loras leading it by a score of 41-3. Gaines on his feet, looks to be okay, walking off under his own power. All right, so out comes Elmhurst College and the backup quarterback, Jake Tahaney. Three wide receivers to the top here for Tahaney. Instead, he looks the other way underneath. That one incomplete, intended for Hassan Austin. Three wide receivers to the top here for Tahaney. Instead, he looks the other way underneath. That one incomplete. There to come up. He was the coverage man. 2nd down and 10 now for Tahaney and the Blue Jays. 4:36 left. Well, it'll be a happy ride home to Dubuque for this Loras football team. They played well, made a statement here this afternoon. Tahaney's going to tuck it under and run, break a couple of tackles, and pick up a 1st down. Nice run by the backup quarterback here this afternoon. Tahaney's going to tuck it under and run, break a couple of tackles, and pick up a 1st down. Nice run, Tahaney. Blue Jays with 221 total yards of offense in this game. Coming up on the 4-minute mark of this one. Again, 4 wide receivers out, 3 to the bottom of your screen. 1st and 10, Tahaney. Quick hit, and that pass is complete. Derek Jones with the screen. 1st and 10, Tahaney. Quick hit, and that pass is complete. Yard reception on the play by Jones. 2nd down and 4. 3.5 minutes left to play. Now 3 wide receivers to the top. Tahaney throwing, trying to drop it in, and incomplete. Austin McKellar. Wide receivers to the top. Tahaney throwing, trying to drop it in, and McKellar, he had a step on Brett Matty. That brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Blue Jays. They need to get to the 45. Tahaney over here to the near side. Pass is complete to Hassan Austin. Tahaney over here to the near side. Pass is complete to owned by Tahaney. .244 to go in this one. Tahaney on 1st and 10. Straight drop. Now steps up under pressure, and he will get brought down back at the 41. Go in this one. Tahaney on 1st and 10. Straight drop. Now steps up under pressure, and he will get brought down back at the 41. Looked like number 54, that's Kevin Carlson, was in there. Number 98, Sam Jones, in as well. 6-yard loss on that sack. Makes it 2nd down and 16 as we come up on the 2-minute mark of this one. Haney looking to the far side, trying to set up a screen. Pass is complete, had a couple of blocks, but really couldn't get that play. Minute mark of this one. Haney looking to the far side, trying to set up a screen. Pass is complete, had a couple of blocks, but Jones with the catch. Coming up to make the tackle, it looked like. A bunch of Dewhawks in on the tackle. So it's going to bring up now 3rd down and long for the Blue Jays. Again, they need to get to the 42 of Loras. It's going to be 3rd down and about 20 yards to go. Haney, straight drop, plants his feet, fires it. Boy, that's up for grabs. Oh, but it's going to be caught by McKellar. McKellar breaks a couple of tackles inside the 10, 5. He dives into the end zone for a touchdown. Austin McKellar from Jake Haney. Be caught by McKellar. McKellar breaks a couple of tackles inside the 10, 5. He dives into the end zone for a touchdown. Out of Belmont, Michigan, comes down with it. The defender fell down a little bit, and Austin was there and made a great run after the catch. And at least the Blue Jays get a touchdown here in their season opener. Extra point by Blake Bailey is no good. He can be caught by McKellar. McKellar breaks a couple of tackles inside the 10, 5. He dives into the end zone for a touchdown. So that gives this Blue Jay crowd something to cheer about here. The first touchdown of the game and of the season. It goes from Jake Haney to Austin McKellar. 1:11 left to play in this one, so at least you've got that bright spot to look forward to as you head into a tough week 2 matchup against Olivet next week. So that touchdown by Austin McKellar, add to that a 27-yard field goal by Blake Bailey in the first half. That's all the scoring for the Blue Jays. 41-9 in favor of the Dewhawks, and that will probably be the final score as the Dewhawks will probably take a knee. Pamelia is back with the return, and he brings it back to the 21-yard line with 1:06 remaining. The Blue Jays do have 2 timeouts left, as does Loras, but really no need for either team to burn their final timeouts. Noah Sigworth, number 17. Oh, check that, there's a new quarterback out there. It's Michael Stebbins, number 16. He's a 6-foot sophomore. He's a local kid out of Wheaton Warrenville South. Going to hand the ball off. This is McDaniel. And McDaniel brings it to the 28, picks up 7, a 6-foot sophomore. He's a local kid out of Wheaton Warrenville South. Going to hand the ball off. This is McDaniel. And McDaniel. The Dewhawks will run one more play here apparently. Michael Stebbins out of the gun will hand it off to McDaniel. And no gain on that play by. One more play here apparently. Michael Stebbins out of the gun will hand it off to McDaniel. And no seconds to go, and Loras does not have to run another play. The clock will wind down, and that will do it. So the Dewhawks of Loras knock off Elmhurst for the second time in the history of this series. Loras won back in 2014, 39-17, and they win it here 2017. They win it 41-9 over the Blue Jays of Elmhurst College. So we thank you for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. Again, the final score here this afternoon, 41-9 in favor of the Dewhawks of Loras College. Again, next week, Elmhurst will take on Olivet right here at Langhorse Field. 1 o'clock will be the opening kickoff. Loras will take on Aurora University in Dubuque at 1 o'clock as well. So for our entire crew, for our producer and director, Glenn Liljeberg, for Dennis Bergen and Joe Piscitelli, Mark Kruger saying so long from Elmhurst College. Once again, in the season opener, Loras wins it 41-9. This has been Elmhurst, our kind of town. Thank you so much for tuning in to BlueJayTV.com. So long, everybody.